yemune feel science identity Mr. Dem covering all these 6 counts you are found guilty. Good news for you people, right?
Thank you very much, Buba. Na be konton media household be nimyale ko imabeta jambi a katanye kontanti pour at least bi mu lummi alte ko moma expect num abekelate. So akamunta ko ni dunia bebe num komoto. But sign kumo yamfata because minketa vadigo minketa jambi is a verdict of victory. Nim victory nu mbakela munete mbajtala nga hono all the victim present one and the past one mi yalto ke banta and mi yalto ko ibe balurinde andum be ni victory talan ka di wolle be atol jole sol fanan konton da bake mi yalne ko alla ko kana mira ko isi borino eta america wala eta banku dola ye maboje pour ye have service otoje atake no la. So ni aitan di mol bela kota ke momo mi alto ko parata ku jawo kela banko ibe minte wala position e mi hol ise mira no bi ñew lungola Michael Sankoria nene ma mira in 2006 kabri abe mol takan abe transport kan ka bona mile 2 ke samba nan NIA kal bute kal tocho ke Burundi ka koku ke molla ka koku fo mole anene ma mira bi ñin lungo be sotola oto ñin lungo bi lummi yalla ko buba njuso be seworim bake kontanta bake andum be america masakunda fanan tentula be jayka katu ñimu exemple mi yalla ko bi bari america e ñinke tol be ngal ko america is a good example of democracy. So woto be banku dol fanan itandi la ko america e ñimminke tan e silole walan pour banku dol ye noma mi yalla ko dawda mi yalla ko itemu papiturete ibe o banku ka ibe mabone je yeta ye samba luwato wala peut-être. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank
you so much. Nga victime dol fana ñu ngi la jaajëfal xam naa ne verdict bi am na ba pare mun nga ñëw wax lan nga feel tey xam naa ne yow sa doom understand ne dañ leen rayon Gambia fa sa doom moo ne ko ñoom Ibu Cissé foog naa right waaw Ibu Job ak Alhaji Mahmoud ñinnem yes atele ñi merolem wol bamati no fana ngajele kabrin kito kera kumbo re wala gis buñ waxe council da nga joy lan mo waral nga joy tay
dama joy suma yaram dawna waye tam dama ne alhamdulillah rabbil alamin dik amna ñu bari ñoo xamne ñoko commencé waye fekke bu ci té dama doon ñaan ñoom tam ñu fekkee ko waaye li yàlla dogal ko mënu ci dara waaye dama ne lii mooy commencement bi beginning bi ñu ngi ñaan ci yàlla mi nga xam ne moo am moom dëgg te mooy at yal na yàlla feeñal yépp te kenn ku nekk li nga def yal na la ko yàlla dellu loolu rek laay ñaan.
la mu waraloon jooy bi tey ndax sa xel dafa demoon sa doom yi.
waaw suma xel dem na ci suma doom waaye suma xel dem na ci ñi dóor yu métti yi leen def doomu aadama rek ba pare ma xam ne itam def lu bon borom dina am bés Michael Correa tey fi mu toog soo ko xoolee xam nga ne ñun position bi ñu toogoon moom tey ci toog boobu la toog.
You have any other question? All right. Yeah, ñu ngi la jaajëfal bu baax a baax. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Waaw.
maa ngi ñaax waa Gambia yi. nguuri Gambia. nañ def seen kéemtalaay kattan. ñu taxaw. ñu indi justice su fekkee bëgg nañ jàmm nañ indi justice rek mooy indi jàmm te lu du dëgg du mujj te boo jëlee saay-saay nga lax ko ci sa gannaaw yàgg yaa saay-saay bi yàlla dina leen boole toroxal. loolu rek laay dénku nguuri Gambie.
gos bii dafa gaaw waaye dafa mel ni Gambie dafa mel ni dafa affaire si ñu dafa la suloo.
Gambie dafa suloo. ndi booleem dëkk yi nga xam ne jàpp nañ fa jongulas. daanaka fi nekk nii ñaata Germany. Switzerland.
waaw
Amérique. te xam naa ne yeneen ca yaa ngi ci yoon yi di ñëw. kon dafa mel ni Gambie ñoom ñoo waroon a jëkka commencé lii. baax na wax ji du jeex waaye asalaamaaleykum.
jërëjëf thank you. How do you feel?
Very emotional.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, sad, happy at the same time. It's mixed emotions, but I'm just thankful that this is the beginning, it's not the end. And every single person that was involved in this horrendous crimes shall face justice by the grace of God. Because it would be very unfair for us to continue to live our lives when we have so many tortured
prosecuted, and I hope that this sends that message to victims back in our country, so that they know that the world is watching and we are not going to stop. We will hold each one of them accountable for these crimes that they have committed.
So what are you going to tell Gambian authorities?
For me, I think Gambian authorities are watching. The fact that they've been involved in this case indirectly, perhaps directly, and the fact that there are representatives of the government, including the Ministry of Justice, who are present here, indicates where the government stands on the issues of prosecution. And I do hope that they take this as a signal to also accelerate the process back home, because there are some victims back home and there are some perpetrators roaming around in the Gambia that also need to be held accountable.
Lan ngay wax ñoo xam ne ñu ngi seetaan ñoo xam ne wolof lañ dégg soo xam ne lan ngay wax gars yi tey after Michael Correa koo xam ne jongu la léegi it's a confirmed jongu la all 6 counts dafa guilty yëpp lan ngay wax gars yi.
Su suñ dëkk bi ñu bari seetaanoon nañ TRRC bi ñu bari déggoon nañ tolof yoo xam ne loolu la Gambians yi go through during Jammeh régime bi xam nañ ne tamit depuis bu TRRC bi jeexee nit ñu bari ñu ngi dégg wax yu bari ñu ngi gis ñoo xam ne ñu ngi doon serve in Jammeh's government ñu ngi still in very senior positions of power within our government te loolu daf dee tax victims yu bari ñu ngi anxious ndax suñ government bi dinañ seriously hold perpetrators nit ñoo xam ne ñoom la TRRC bi mention ne dañ commit ay crimes ndax suñ government bi dinañ leen jàppa tëjlu leen waaye the fact ne gis nañ ne bitim réew bu tollu ni America, even though Correa crimes yu mu commit Gambia la ko commit, gis nañ ne America as a body part of the international community jël nañ the stand pour prosecute Correa ba pare find ko guilty. So for that reason I think ñun suñ dëkk bi tamit wolu war nañoo jox the confidence and ñu trust system bi ñu trust ne suñ government authorities yi ñoom tam duñ toog seetaan ñeneen outsiders di prosecute suñ people like the junglers ñoo xam ne dañ leen name and mention te ñun duñ def dara. I do believe that this dina gën a motivate process bi back home.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Ise mune photo bi after Correa kamta wala la 6 counts be ya muta bella amang kan hani kilim fangola.
Sama kontano len sewo len ko for any milestone to ya because ko meda bari mem fana ya sabu ani mim yatina molbe kontaan la waral débat ko la do poti pour kana abo banku kana fo banku from Africa all the way faja kana ka mabe kiti yola ni ko mo kitindi parce que o fana wala kiti ay pol minikel kununa mi akuma ya ni wala ko Gambia wala tam ko ni ya man to wala ko wala wata dole ne ta baye ko danya ta sabata to min fana kuma ya ko man ka do ko mo sika ke sara ka so ka so diara woni mal to kan no to ta man ke ko min ñu ke jo ñoto wala fa aduna ra wala mo be min wala wala na ba ko ngata na ko ke ma ko dan yo so not US ya ron ko ya
Iba suggest kan de pour ñil sendi ete soro mile tu
Justin coming for Wolem ko ako mayatale ko ni ko be kan janga du mol fana be wala ko la adu mol ka ken kam comme ko ke jonyo to len bari fu to nyaay sabati ka ko le ka dan yaalo ko banko ko mayro ke nyaay sabati adu len ka fo la account bi len wala tilimo so yaaje ni Michael Correa ñoo ni doli ko ni ke Gambia amere do jamale amere ko ni ko kute ko la ko waranta wata de bayra da to nyaata sabati bari trial coming ke court case follow wala ka to nya sabati bol min tam jamal bi jewol ta mera nun ko ha because do e coup d'état ke waranto do e coup ke yamuta min diate fana ya kala wala siloti wonte min musiloti be yalo ne bari ka ko hada mandi mo taka tilimbali ya nyala min yalo ko wala fota nyim court dula dol bi je ko mol ma fo TRRC dula adu ngaketa dole fana so e ka jale is like a continuation of the truth telling process in the Gambia moli la to nyal bondi ya ko min ka ngalo ani fana to nya min janta sabati la mimo accountability to fana be kakane which all together will strengthen the law side kaje ko tonya bankole adum fanam bi tonya sabati ni len saji ko mo be ci keno kanya to so bari nim ko mayara wala kam defe for this accountability and it's going to move the country forward by addressing things minikata. So this is just one of it, but it's also a wake-up call for the rest of the efforts that are being done in different areas in the transitional justice process, not just through victim soul, but also through continual development. Because ni started the problem solve the care, more the campaign, because quality the minimum address no, and there's laws minimum holding and call address and often a grievance list here decided. So near the Nimbeke can be, even though I became very far from Gambia, at least I could solve Gambia. You know, for this accountability happening, even though it's not happening in the Gambia, but about the Gambian case. But it's also a wake-up call coming for people back there, authorities to really do things around reparations, around all of these things.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Naka feel it? How do you feel?
Naka laa feel tey sant yàlla di gërëm legal team bi ak jury yëpp parce que doxal nañ digga daaw wante dama gëm ne lii just beginning bi rek starting.
Okay, so gis nañ ne 6 counts yëpp were you expecting this ak foog naa ne yow sa broda bokk na si ñoo xam ne allegedly def leen rey si code bi fii include nañ loolu si counts si fii nii waaye nga gis koo xam ne alleged nañ ne dafa rey sa broda naka nga feel about that?
Yeah, kontaan anyway, even though convicting her because solely of my brother,
yes.
But he was convicted of all the other victims that he tortured,
yes.
Which I guess was like an easier case to make. And so, okay, mom sinibe, yamu dito na si hotel, dito na si Lalambi, made him jail, I guess, straight to wait for his sentencing. And I hope Sveke mungede luli dina am time to reflect. Pour hamne at the end of the day, even though throughout the case mungede wahne ya jam moka santa lumbe, but mom niti bopam am na hell tamit, and everybody should be accountable irrespective of kan mo neka in the government or kan mo la wax nga def something.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you.
Ahead of the country, but we can only attain that is when there is accountability, because you can't show reconciliation in the face of people and the mouths of people, and we can only attain reconciliation when government is fully committed to ensuring these crimes are committed in the Gambia, the perpetrators are prosecuted to the fullest. As we're seeing in the US here, all the crimes that were brought forward, he is guilty of all those crimes. So yeah, in a nutshell, I think that's my message to the government. And my final message as well is to all the victims of rights violations to really come together. We need to set our differences aside and our political affiliation aside and come together as a group, because unity is strength. If we come together and unite, then we will be much more powerful to ensure we face these perpetrators, to be able to, see them in court, because you could see how Correa was so uncomfortable seeing victims sitting in front of him and really saying what he did to them. I think for me that means a lot. Unity, we have to come together and make sure that our fight be attained at the end of the day. Thank you.
Aisha, xam nañ ne recently ñu ngi la congratulate because yaa ngi si reparation commission bi boo xam ne they've already showed them waaye yow yaa ngi fi tey nga gis ne of course Michael Correa is a confirmed jongula confirmed nañ ne tamit all the 6 counts def na ko of torture ñu mu doon door lan nga feel tey?
To be quite honest, I feel content not because at the end of the day, this is what we came for, to ensure that it has been years of work. And I remember when the witnesses were reading their state, were being asked questions, were being cross-examined in court, and then saying what Michael Correa had done. I have reflected back to my work back in 2017 when I took most of these statements of these victims that I was testifying here. And
it's quite fulfilling seeing that at least justice would be served for them because they've waited for a long time to be here, to be able to hear and face the perpetrator who caught him more than def naka sudut noonu. And like I said, kontaan naa trop and everybody koo xam ne yaa ngi fi ñëpp kontaan nañ because at the end of the day it was quite a bittersweet moment for all of us that are in the courtroom because hearing testimonies comme ñi nga xam ne def nañ leen torture yooyu noonu ñu doon toog ñu doon explain ay mag yoo xam ne ñun mut nañ leen ay doom ñu ngi wax yoo xam ne loolu lañ leen def I think ne loolu rek loo xam ne la naxaar na suma xol bi but finally tey dégg nañ ne charges yi ñu yëpp guilty na of all those charges which to be quite honest I am so happy that it happened because justice delayed is always justice denied for victims of rights violations.
Can you say something in Mandinka too?
Coming ngamin forek surwa kangoto aning English to coming ngamin forek wolong di kontan bale kete jang satu ko the Michael San Correa jele ye charges will mini be not brought forward nga jele ko a guilty to charges will be lale am kontan bale ti kaje ko victim will mini along ko testify ta ka ko ay tajirinte ya kela bi ya jele ko justice totally kontano wata bakele follow ajusula warta bakel follow bring trial din commencé ka ngamoy victim sol min na kanu court min be testify ka ngamoy le ko ye tajiti ya ko longo min la leyka nga jele kumbol keta court modol bi je mi alon ko kabibe la tajirinte ya ko la sax mol ni ko mudano mo be kumbola court so bi nata defense lawyer ye do ku baba kata ngote kaje ko naka
prosecution
ye do ku ba kata kaje le ko Michael Correa charges will be brought forward against her on all those charges. And finally, recommending for la wolong it's a step in the right direction. Come rek na mansukuna fanang create kata dangote kaje ko crimes will be along to ikata Gambia banko kang puru kaje ko will be prosecute because ni tata na ni ko accountability mandang rek ni along ko wale lata victim kang but collectively as a country so la tele punga accountability sodo kadu ko ni ko nga muri nyoka nga choki nyoka tajirinte yal minu kita wa banko kang anyam kita address le namang address rek activity yal be nyan ka muri nyoka kaje ko di address.
Thank you so much Aisha barka do am interview lan nga feel tay bi nga verdict bi bu mu xew ba pare
tey dama jooy waaye jooy bi jooy bane taw parce que at ñaata at léegi since 2006 bi ñu ñëwee ben tey waaye graduate mu ngi am jooy naa trop waaye jooy bane la bi jooy def parce que dama seet ñii biñ ko def xam nañ liñ doon def nangu nañ liñ doon def soo pour toog fii di wax ne dañ leen forcé te si keesi Michael Correa bi moom dafa toog ba 2016 bi mu xamee ne fi mu nekk Yaya Jammeh luus na mu daw waaye mu doon enjoy privilège si li ñu tooco li ñu dóor li ñu def li ñoo def waaye tey moom alhamdulilahi rabbil alamin yàlla moom ne la wut su waxtu bi jotee rek li moo def dina ko def soo tey bési yàlla la ñu ngi waa alhamdulilahi rabbil alamin
jërëjëf yow thank you so much ene mbara badigol korrade yamune feel bi
fo kontano
ito fo mo level
to seni
bayo e fanan testify ta janne bi akam ta vadi ditale so mo ne la reaction
fo kontano because ni justice shotota ko bele shot ni justice man shoto ko man shoto ko nyumba kendi lala milke ni sifal ke e be bolato e bajala ko ni yake samanyol to justice be sotle la parola la mbi si sentence mo so hani lafta telephone be sidala la ta
yamun general advice the sort after this verdict for Gambia Masakunda and victims all and everywhere
anyway the advice ni simin for no wala mu like intel service olu na hakiltu wo sifat ka ni yake isima bu nyawnya folu yo soto finti ndi no finti lum sita woli be malal ikilinta malla itabe malula ila family fanambe malu ndunga sidi no manole fo yelma woro so mimbo nyama nsi hakiltu nke kulto animma nke nyalto animma nyalto adama dum kan
so ngalo ne nyingi tili danta neta banta ibe muna fula dol bi jele mi alon koy mais samba kiti wala folo
min man samba kiti wala e fana nyanta tala kiti wala pour justice ye soto ye mili tora wala fanansi ajeko e la toro nyin momi nya kasala ya normal ka jeko e telefone silo so
abarka bage thank you so much thank you so much laftale ni sot fenko soro okay okay all right kodane it ofo mo le folo ya ye powerful testimony le di nyin kiti kabrin kiti o bitaka dol bebe non kono to jele bari bi akamta vadi ditale Correa guilty the 6 council belele but muneme la reaction oti kabrin ye vadi ditale
it's just a wonderful relief for me, comfort for me, more relaxing situation. Yes, what I have gone through, just to come after 19 years, Malala was, I thought it was impossible. Yeah, so it's a day of relief, rumors, noise, untrustworthiness, some don't believe in what he said. So the justice has been done, all what the sharing is about it. And we are happy that justice is done, even for those in the graves. I really dancing in that grave, I saw you that.
So what would like general advice to the victims, Mansakunda and everyone?
Yeah, clearly we heard it from them. That the United States is no-go area for anybody who has committed a crime. So let them fix that. And all I want to do for Africa to bring this down, to copy these situations. A lot of victims are in different parts of Africa. One of them is our former head of state, they are Gambian. I didn't need to work, trying to avoid justice. If everybody works like the United States, that belief, that collaboration, that togetherness, will make sure everything has one hand. There will be no injustice in this world.
Felenting ngaje Michael Saporia birate ni tajirite yake ya portani atakana babo kadai kajanto amankana no luwa bulo la atakam mon mi fana beje million tajirite ya sifa ke te mon message la sote ko so no
ko ngam fo role be be Gambia o be anywhere o isananko movuga molto nyema may America ngol Correa of Gambian jango ko mode duati nyale na mabo America o is so left to the dunya fana mobe o lonko e mobe dawo da be ko dingo ko be salbe duma be ba ko fonyo kono ko da be for justice.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Faring Sanyang for testified.
Finally, we've got one part of it. But the most important part is I must have to thank the American government, the International Center for Justice, as well as the Department of Justice of Colorado for pursuing this noble cause. Well, we went through very serious situations. We've never thought that we'd be here today. Thinking of the day when we were arrested and the brutality we underwent. Finally, with the help of the American government, Trial International Center for Justice, and the securities of the United States of America have finally provided us justice. Many will run, but none will escape. That's the bottom line. So it's better to do good, so that good can follow you and good can wait for you. You do bad, bad will follow you and it will wait for you at a corner.
Do you think justice is served in this case?
Evidently, justice is served. Because in the first place, we are victims. And then those who tortured us were also provided with counsels to stand for them in order to defend them, to make sure that there is justice at the end of the court. And everybody has manifested to that. Yeah.
Final word to, we have seen a lot of, a lot of suspects who committed human rights violations walking free in Banjul. What message do you want to send to the government in Banjul about that?
Well, that is the responsibility of the government of the Republic of the Gambia. A commission has been set by the government, and the commission have already concluded their investigation.
Everything is compiled and then handed over to the government. So that decision is now in the hands of the government. Because we can take law into our own hands. That is why that commission has been set. So if the government had set such a commission, and a lot of money has been invested to that commission, obviously they should have taken a bold step to make sure that those culprits are put to justice. Yeah.
One more question. Ita mu multi mi alongo ila testimony to Michael Sankore doko ke kotole. Ya describe ko mole mi alongo kuluta no mbakele mole mi alongo akela moyle no. But kabra kira jongula te falinta andong ay lipa ma jibe ko anene doko ke koto. Yemu advice this sort of for the young security mi alongo wolle be Gambia to comme min kira Michael Sankore ala te.
Aparaka ba. Tebe be fola security personnel ole wala minti ko. Na fulo kana mo dundu kuto manyana minkela. You understand? Sembo kana mo kufandi kute manyana minkela. It is very important for moment and afa wata for moment ni ye mira somala. Ning ayatara nun. It will be positionment aninte fana nga ko fango tanu kunu. Kenno abe positionment binde fana betarla wala. So dul fola men fola mo le ko mo kana lu wata yake bloko. Mo kana ku ke me yalo ko anil wa manda ka fa ko yen silande be nyine kalanna ala le warta sa mo bet ala le aka sembo karfa mo la bar mo man sembo so dungu be silande me alon ko sembo be bole bulle completely e marite sembo so so mo mon ni be do ko la civilian wala o civilian jante safla le jante do ko kelele commune ko itemu la do kulale bari manyi na itande la commune ko ibe sembo tamande le
All right, thank you.
dal mu do kulale nu adu do ko ngawle tamande ning ayatar non ko defuna mbulata sinno no kanu tan non fana beta law situation si baldo